Hi, I'm Peter Humeniuk from BigBrush.com. I do a little demonstration here showing you how your paints and pigments behave. I've got 7 colors mixed on a palette: Prussian blue, alizarin crimson, cobalt blue, ultramarine, gamboge, raw sienna, and burnt sienna. Now I'm going to have a line drawn across the bottom of the page. I'm going to just brush in water just above that line. Nice wet puddle. And I'm going to place some Prussian blue just below the water on the left hand side. Prussian blue is lighter than water, and watch the way it runs. Just touching that bottom line, and it runs across the top of the page. I'll take the same thing with the alizarin crimson, which is also a dye, and it'll run the same way, mixing with the ultramarine, the Prussian blue. Now I'll switch to a pigment. Ultramarine blue is a granular pigment. It's heavier than water and it goes downward. Picking up a puddle of ultramarine blue, you watch it doesn't run quite as far as the alizarin crimson and the Prussian blue. Right next door, I'll pick up a little bit of cobalt blue, also a pigment, not quite as heavy as ultramarine, and won't run quite as far. Or probably run a little further than the ultramarine blue. Coming back with some gamboge, I'll place that right beside the cobalt to get shades of green, and watch the way it runs. And some burnt sienna, a pigment, heavier than water, runs down, goes downward. Push that, touch the line, it also runs across the top but not quite as far. Right beside that, raw sienna, also pigment, doesn't run quite as far as the other two. Now a combination of both, ultramarine blue, burnt sienna, you get lovely little color breaks. Now the idea is, if you know how your tools behave, much like a carpenter, you'll go through a dark value to mid-tone to light. If you try paint all the way up, you run out of white space. Anyway, those are the colors I play with on the palette. And if you understand how they behave, you'll be really able to do some really great super paintings.